I know this is pretty hard for you, and I want to thank you for being brave enough to speak with us today. Glad we found you when we did. Sarah, if you can you identify the man in this photograph?
I can't imagine what you've gone through. I can promise you I can help you work through this, but in order for me to do that, you gotta meet me halfway, okay? Go on, if you can. Do you know who this man is? Please state his name for the record. Okay, miss. Take a deep breath. Take a look at this. Do you know who this is?
Can you identify this man? Who is this man?
Andrew.
Okay. Andrew who?
Andrew Langford.
Now, I know on the surface he seems like a pretty good guy. He's the heir to the Langford family fortune. He graduated Harvard University at the top of his class.
There's so much that you don't know. He saved me.
The man who kept you locked up alone in a room for several days, he saved you?
No, it wasn't like that. You don't understand. It was paradise. I mean, we had full meals, and there was room and board. There were nightly meetings by a bonfire. It was a place that I could call home.
Let me guess how you actually met. You were out of control. You were lost. Parents kicked you out of the house for what? Having some drugs? So you bounce around from place to place until one night you're getting high in the bathroom of some nightclub and you run into someone who tells you all about this wonderful man who can solve all your problems.
He did help me. You're just trying to make it sound like you were there.
Well, it's not the first time I heard this story. What can you tell me about the New Meta Society?
It was everything I ever wanted. I had no worries.
What are the guidelines of the New Meta Society?
First rule: no guns or harmful weapons of any kind.
Yet there was an armory found in the basement of one of the buildings. Were you aware of that?
Yes, there was one room allowed in case of emergencies.
Or for anyone who disagreed with him or his philosophy?
As I stated, emergencies only.
How did you find out about this room?
He told me. He didn't keep secrets from me.
And rule 2?
Everyone commits, and they do their fair share of work.
Did you have a special assignment with him?
Yes, garden detail, vegetables. And once a week I would be his assistant. I'd schedule his activities, make sure he was well fed and well groomed.
He must have deemed you pretty special in order to do that kind of job for him.
We were all special to him.
Of course. Next rule?
All outside communication had to be authorized by Andrew and his executive committee.
Did you ever try to communicate outside of the group?
Once.
What happened?
It was denied.
Did you ever see anyone communicate outside the group?
No.
Was anyone allowed to leave willingly?
People left, yes.
And you actually saw them leave?
We were told that they had served their purpose. They were let go to spread the message.
And what was this message?
That the only way to achieve order was through one love. The love only Andrew could provide.
And anyone that disagreed with that philosophy?
They were allowed to leave,
Just like that?
for all I know.
Was Amy Gregson allowed to leave?
She wasn't a good supporter, so yes.
Is this Amy Gregson?
I don't know.
I mean, I know it's kind of hard to tell from the condition of the body. I mean, whoever did this to her really wanted her to suffer. I mean, it's multiple lacerations, her eyes have been gouged out, missing fingers.
Please.
We were only able to identify her from the one fingerprint we were able to salvage.
Andrew does not kill people.
Then you know who did.
He said the world had become a dangerous place. Nobody in the outside world could be trusted. Andrew was the only one that we could rely on.
Did Amy Gregson try to warn you of Andrew's true intentions?
Amy said a lot of things.
But you didn't listen to her.
I don't listen to blasphemers. The last time that I saw her, he was escorting her out of the compound.
And you saw her face when this happened.
No, but I saw him put her in a car and they drove off.
And did he see you observing him?
No.
Because he would have been pretty mad if he knew that she had spoken to you.
I'll never know.
He punished her for insubordination.
No. He
Did he ever punish you?
never punished. We may have made sacrifices, but it was to prove our loyalty.
Loyalty? When we found you, you were alone. One more day, do you know what he would have done? He would have taken this knife. He would have gouged out your left eye, followed by your right.
Okay, listen to this.
And then slashed you all across your body.
No,
And only then, would he have slit your throat.
no, that is a lie. He did not hurt me.
He had a cache of weapons. He had bombs set. He had rifles, shotguns. He had people set up in every city. He was planning a major coup. He ready to move in days.
This is... No.
When we came in and we found you alone, everyone else in your society was dead.
No, everyone was not dead.
Andrew Langford's New Meta Society isn't some mission for a great new world. It's a new order that's bent on eradicating everything around us, with millions dead. And the only people left standing were those loyal to him.
No, he said that he was going to change the world through love.
Andrew Langford isn't capable of love.
He would not lie to me.
Sarah, it was all a lie, Sarah. He used you just like he used so many others. You were just a follower. You weren't special to him. You were nothing.
No, he said that I was everything to him.
He took you from everything that you loved, Sarah, and convinced you that he was bringing you to this wonderful paradise when all he was doing was stripping you of your identity and your freedom. He thought you were some weak soul who just needed to hear affection to experience any kind of love. Amy Gregson was in your shoes, and she was ready to do that very thing. When she refused him, he killed her.
No.
Along with everyone else who refused him. He is a cold monster.
Stop it.
Do you know that she was about to expose everything about the New Meta Society and everything that was going on in your compound, and then she disappeared? This is how we
Yes.
found her.
I don't believe you.
This is Andrew Langford.
I don't
This
believe
is
you.
the New Meta
I
Society.
don't believe you.
How did you get that, Bruce? And why are you even talking to me right now? Andrew Langford abused you, didn't
No.
he? He wanted you to obey his every whim without question, and if you failed to do that, it'd be punishment, wouldn't it?
No, he loved me. We were beginning to make a difference, all of us.
He needed you to love him and needed your love to make all this work, didn't he? Answer me!
Yes.
Do you know how many people he sacrificed for your little society?
All of them knew the risk. They understood they might have to give their lives, but it was to fight the violent order that overwhelms us.
He wanted you to believe.
Liar!
Truth is, Sarah, he murdered them. He murdered them all with this knife.
No.
He murdered Amy Gregson.
No.
How can you be so sure, Sarah?
Because he didn't kill her. I did. The guns you found, everybody dead. All of it was me. Andrew had a beautiful vision. Something great. And they tried to ruin it. I couldn't let that happen. I killed Amy. I killed all of them. Because they deserved it. And I would do it again. To protect this world that Andrew has created. I confess. I confess.
Sarah. That was perfect.
I didn't hurt you. I didn't hurt you, Andrew.
No, not at all, not at all. And in 1 week's time, when our plan takes effect, and you get taken in, this is exactly how I want you to act for them.
I will.
You know I loved Amy. I know you loved her too. But her sacrifice was needed for all of this to happen.
I'm honored you chose me.
I'm so very, very proud of you. I knew from the first moment I saw you, you would be the one.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. You chose me. You chose me. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Rebecca. I know you've been through a lot, and I want to thank you for being brave enough to speak with us today. Can you identify the man in this photograph?